Hey guys, it's Casey from Crystalline Designs. I am back with a tutorial using some of my Beebeecraft products. So I had showed you guys this strand of African turquoise. I really love these beads, and so I want to make a bracelet using them. I'm also going to use one of these big gemstone beads that I got in my other gemstone set. These are some green adventuring beads that I got from last time's set. I have some stainless steel spacer beads, some of the spacer beads from the box from this month, and some jump rings, a crimp bead, some chain. I'm going to put some chain on either side because it's going to be a multi-strand bracelet. I have a length of beading wire that I've already put a lobster clasp on just to save on some time. But then you're going to need probably a ruler and maybe a bead stop, which I have. Also some cutters and a couple of pairs of chain nose pliers and some crimping pliers. So if you guys are interested in making this bracelet with me, then gather up your supplies and we will get started. So I already have the pattern in mind that I want to do. And I know I want to end with some adventuring beads. So that's what I'm going to do. I was going to put 2 on either end with a spacer in between. Just making sure I get that tail thread in there. Then put on a stainless steel spacer bead and another aventurine bead. And making sure they line up and I get that tail thread in there. And then I'm going to put on one more stainless steel spacer bead, round bead. And then between my African turquoise, I'm actually going to use some of these spacer beads. So I'm going to thread on one of my African turquoise beads. And I'm going to put 2 of these beads, 2 of these daisy spacer beads, these larger daisy spacers, in between each of my African turquoise. And I'm going to thread on 3 on each side. So I'm hoping this is going to be just a really quick and easy tutorial. That doesn't mean that'll happen. Sometimes things don't turn out the way you would hope. Okay. And then I am going to put 2 spacer beads between the black bead as well. So that black bead is going to be my focal. It's going to be on the very top of my wrist. It's very heavy, and so that's about all I could think to do with it, would be to put it as a bracelet bar. I could put it in a necklace, but these are very heavy. So, but I do want to use it because it's really pretty. So that's the premise of the bracelet, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So 2 of my spacers here. I don't really like that one. African turquoise bead. I'm kind of picky about the way the colors match. Okay, if I can thread this. That one didn't want to go on. And then, let's see. Sorry, my lights flickered, you guys. We're having a storm here. We're under a severe thunderstorm watch. So if you ever hear any winds, lightning, well, I guess you won't hear the lightning, thunder, and that such, it's because we are under a thunderstorm warning. Oops, go on. Okay, then I'm gonna thread on those other 2 green aventurine with this spacer. And that is it. That is the middle of my bracelet. This is going to be a multi-strand, so I'm going to put chain on either side of it. But that is the premise of it. Then I have here a large jump ring that my lobster can hook onto. And I just want to make sure that's fully closed. Then I'm going to thread it on with a smaller jump ring. Oof, that one went flying. These are stainless steel jump rings, so they're a bit stronger than normal. And they don't want to do what I'm telling them to. But I will make it work regardless. And so we're just going to close this up. Making sure it gets nice and tight. And I like to pinch it down a bit, which I find these crimping pliers to be great at because it can hold both ends together. So we've got that ready. Now we're just going to thread on our crimp and our jump ring set. And then I'm going to thread my thread back through this crimp and down through a couple of beads if I can. It doesn't have to go through a lot, but I like to thread it through some so that I have some leverage. There we go. And then when you have it, you want to make sure it still will bend, because these are all cylinder beads, so it's got to have a little bit of looseness to it so that you can still make it into a bracelet shape. And when you're happy with that, go ahead and crimp it down. Oh, nope, I had it right. So I'm just going to thread it into this last divot here, and then I'm going to squish pretty tightly, put it to the side, and squish again in those other divots, as long as it doesn't flip around on you. And you can travel up the divots if you want. Sometimes I do. That time I didn't, but you can. And then I'm just going to snip off any extra thread. So that part is done. There is the middle of our bracelet, and it will hook on with that jump ring and lobster. Then I was just going to put together, we're gonna clean up this mess real quick so that I don't lose everything. Then we're just going to put some chain on either side. So I just need to make sure my chain is the same length as my middle. And we'll be good to go. So I have this length of chain. It is from Bargain Bead Box. I don't know precisely where I got it, but I just know I got it from Bargain Bead Box, whether it be in a monthly box or the sister store, because I shop at both quite often. And we are just going to, I'm thinking I actually want to make this a 5-strand. So we've got to make it to where a jump ring can go on this and not have any problem. Give me just a second, guys. I know someone's here, so let me let them come in. They will slam the door, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So while I was off camera, I went ahead and did one side just so that it saves on time. And so I cut lengths of chain that are the same length as my middle piece to bracket it. And so we're just going to put the last bit of this together. And I decided to do 2 chains on either side just to make it a bit more chunky, because that's kind of the vibe I was going for. Because we have such chunky beads in the middle, I wanted my chain to be a bit chunkier. And so, since I already have these pre-cut, and actually, let me tell you how long they are. Those are 6 1/4 inches long. So I'm a 6 1/2 inch wrist. So I think that will turn out perfectly. And I'm just threading on the end of each one on. And I have to use 2 jump rings here at the end because they'll lay crooked if I don't. Oops, sorry you guys. Okay. Ugh. I swear I don't have this much trouble off camera. I do like to use my crimping pliers for a lot of stuff just because they have really good precision tips. And I'm just going to thread it in here and try and squeeze my edges together. Or I think I am. So that they are even. And I don't squeeze too heavy. Just lightly. Okay. Now I have to put another jump ring on this jump ring because, like I say, it'll lay crooked if I do not. Oh, come on now. So, let me open this up just a bit more. And then I'm going to thread that other jump ring onto here, if I can find it. It's actually not that much bigger than the links, but big enough. Okay. Then I'm just going to hook this on to the other side of this ring. So if it's laying that way, I'm just going to hook it on there. I'm sorry if I shook the camera, you guys. I'm kind of laying on my table a bit here. And then do that and close it up. Making sure it's really tight. So there's one end completely done. Now I just got to do the other one. So I'm going to open up another jump ring. Like I say, these ones are a bit harder to work with because they are stainless steel and they are 18 gauge. I wanted some security on this. Security! So, let me see if I can get this shut. Okay. Then I just need to put my last jump ring on. And I will go back through and make sure all my jump rings are securely fastened and everything after I get off camera. It's a tiny bit hard to do when you're on camera. Just need to hook that jump ring through this one. And then we're going to hook it to our other side of our bracelet. I did go ahead and make a little dangle at the end, just because I wanted something to be able to hold on to. I have to open this jump ring just a tad bit more. Okay. And we are going to hook it on the side that doesn't have chain. And close it up. I'm just going to make sure that my jump ring is secure. And this is the final piece. So that is what that will look like. I really like that. Let me see if I can zoom you guys in just a tad. I really like the look of this bracelet. I wanted it to be chunky, so I like that. And let me put it on for you guys real quick. Or I'm going to try. Give me just a second, guys. Okay, guys, I got it on. So this is what it looks like. This is the back. It's got this little dangly piece. And it's got this big focal piece. And I really like it. I might make some earrings for it on a later video. But this is what it's looking like. So, a little bit about Beebeecraft. They are a crafting website. I have a coupon code for you guys. It is Crystalline10. That will save you 10% off of your entire order. And then they also have a YouTube program. If you have over 100 subscribers, you can apply for their YouTube program and pick out $40 worth of crafting supplies to showcase on your channel. You have to do an unboxing and at least 2 tutorials using said products. But that is a great program. I've been a member of it for a while now. And you pretty much can find anything you want crafting. Painting, jewelry making, diamond painting, knitting, any of those things. You can definitely find it on there. Leatherworking. So definitely check their website out. I will put the links in the description box below, as well as the coupon code, and I will flash the coupon code on the screen above. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more tutorials. Bye, guys!